Okay. Good morning. Welcome Commissioners Court, regular session, June 2nd. We have a full quorum present. Carrie certified meeting was properly posted.
Yes, sir.
If you'll please rise for prayer and pledges. James Ray.
We humbly bow before you this morning, seeking your presence in this courtroom. Father, we just pray for the wisdom needed to make the decision for the residents of Walker County. Father, we thank you for your attendance. We thank you for your willingness to help us and lead us and guide us. Father, I want to lift up the Kirkendall family at the loss of Mr. Kirkendall. Father, we just pray, Lord, that you strengthen that family and use any one of us that can help in any manner. Father, thank you again for your presence. We ask, Lord, that you lead us and guide us through this court. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
I didn't receive any citizens input. Anybody got any? Perfect. Consent agenda contains 15 items.
Five, I need to put five.
Number 5.
I think, is that right?
I'll second
Yeah, five.
Moving seconded, removing number 5. All in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. Number 5, approve payments of claims.
On page 10 of 21, the Hearts Veterans Museum, the payment we're paying them. Patricia, did we get a copy of their financials? I think our contract states we have to have financials from them.
They did not turn one in to our office
Okay.
that I'm aware of.
Well, I'm gonna recommend we don't pay this contingent until they give us the financials.
Did your office?
We didn't. Yeah.
So
Any other questions?
that's it.
I'll take a motion.
I make a motion to approve paying claims with the exception of Hearts Veterans Museum turning in their financials prior to paying.
I'll second that. Moving second, all in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. Number 16, discuss and take action on additional funding for inmate medical budget. Stop.
Morning, sir.
What this is when we did the medical corrections officer. I didn't realize that we would lose our second nurse spot. And we hired a second nurse and that spot is gone, of course. And so what I'm trying to do is keep 2 nurses and the medical corrections officer. And of course, it's going to take an increase in money of about $9,000, and we're willing to pay that through commissary for this year and put it on next year. But basically, what I'm asking is to put
You're gonna cover the 9,000 until budget time,
yes, sir.
and then we'll discuss the rest in budget.
Yes, sir.
Put in for that on budget requests so far.
I haven't turned mine in. But
Okay.
it's going.
So did you create another position, John, or?
We
had
moved it
we had
around.
a medical assistant
Yeah,
that never got filled.
okay.
So we used the medical correction officer to fill that.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, I remember when you come to court on it.
being a rookie,
Yeah,
I didn't understand and get rid of the nurse.
I got you.
So you're not a rookie no more, right?
I don't know.
Since you brought it up, I'm gonna say it.
Miss Allen?
Yes, what I want to say though, if he's taking the part-time medical assistant to fund this position, it's way more. I think what you had visited with Amy about was using one of your jailer positions and supplemented it. But if you're using part-time,
money to go to full-time with a $9,000 increase, it's way more than 9,000.
That's correct. That position came from a jailer's position.
Okay.
And we called it a medical corrections officer because she was a corrections officer.
Amy's.
Amy online?
Yes, so the paperwork that I did for you Friday, John, was to put her back in the correctional officer position, funding 9,000 from commissary.
Yes, ma'am.
So you had an opening on the jail side?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so we can say authorize him to, so you're looking to fund your medical officer and your nurse through the end of the year. Am I right on that? Give me,
He's just asking for $9,000 be added to the correctional officer's position to pay for the nurse side of it.
okay, but I'm a little unclear because Patricia thinks it's more than that.
He had currently, when he came to court, what Amy and I understood that he was asking for was because he had a vacant nurse position that he could not fill, he wanted to promote a jailer to this position that we've got now.
Okay,
Now he's fully staffed with his nurses, so that position technically goes away and the person in that position goes back to the jailer position.
all right.
What I understand that is being asked for is that in the long run, what he wants is 2 nurses and this medical assistant without having to give up a jail.
So do you have a number in your head what filling it would be? My thoughts is we make a motion to approve up to like $30,000 from budgeted funds to the
Yeah, for
jail
the remainder of the year, it's
for the
not a
remainder of the
problem.
year
We can do it, but I'm just saying,
going
if
forward.
you're planning to do that in the budget, you're probably talking $50,000 to do that.
But we're good with the 9 to get through this year?
Yes,
Okay.
through the end of the year. Using his jailer position, not the medical assistant. Medical assistant is used to pay overtime because the nurses always work overtime.
Yeah.
So that money, rather than hiring an assistant, they elected to use that money to pay overtime to the nurses. So that money's really not available.
Okay.
Is
Clear as mud.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
So if we think
a lot more
9,000,
confused than I was when
Yeah.
we started.
we think 9,000 is enough to limp them to the end of
Yes,
this.
as long as he doesn't fill his jailer position, yes.
Okay, and you're not filling your jailer position between now and the end of the year?
We have two or three openings right now.
Okay,
So you got enough there to be okay to.
Yeah, I mean, he can fill all but one.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay. So our motion could just be authorize the transfer of $9,000 for inmate medical budget from budgeted funds, commissary funds. Do you want to limit it to commissary?
Yeah.
Okay,
funded
my
from
motion.
commissary.
He's got a pile of money going.
Okay, I got a motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. 17, discuss and take action on paying vacation and comp time for jail mechanic upon retirement.
Okay, Mark Sawyer, our jail mechanic, he's retiring on June 6th. And what I'm asking for is to be able to pay his accumulated time, which I believe is less than 100 hours. To keep from having a break in mechanic at the jail.
Yeah, so you can go on and fill the position. Motion to accept, paying the vacation and comp time.
Where are you gonna pull the money from, Patricia?
Probably contingency, but possibly within the budget, but probably contingency.
From possible.
Second.
Randy, do you have something on that?
I was asking the same
Okay.
thing. Was it coming out of that?
I just heard the start of the word. I got a motion and a second. All in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. 18, discuss and take action on salary increase for jail mechanic position from market salary to 60.
And as Sawyer's retiring, we already picked another mechanic. And He's a 30-year mechanic, has owned his shop for 30 years. Just closing it down because he's slowing down a little bit. But I would like to raise his salary from the median market to 60,000.
Which is the top of that position.
It's not the top. 63 is the top.
What is the
What's the
position?
salary?
Sir,
What is the position
Joe
paying?
mechanic.
No, what is it paying?
51,031.
Paying that out of commissary too?
No, sir.
Y'all are killing our salary study.
Yeah, that's a concern I have. This is, to me, this is too big. To just,
Yeah, we're
It's
fixing
too
to be
many.
in budget anyway, so this would kind of be a budget item, I would think, but,
Well, and I'll be upfront with you, John.
Yeah.
I don't mind you asking because everybody else has asked and,
Right,
yeah.
and we've given it to some. But, and I don't know,
9,000 is big.
but we've already done it once. Oh,
Not 9,000,
yeah, I don't know what the numbers were. What was the numbers, Rachel?
or hers were $3 an hour, they were $6.
It would not.
yeah, but
But how many
like I
was
say,
How many of them was it?
they was affected by not being able to fill the positions.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this
Yeah.
is basically the
And
same thing.
Well, he hasn't gone yet. So you don't know if you can't fill it.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I
the
mean,
reality,
we offer a lot more than just the salary. You know, our benefits are, I think we're kind of unmatched.
Yeah.
You know, between our vacation, sick, holiday, I think the best retirement plan in the county. I would prefer to at least post position at its market rate and see if you get applications. I mean, if we get applications for the current salary that are qualified, that are, you know, might do the job, then we have to go with that. If you don't, then there's an argument. We haven't really tried. I ain't got troubles with that. That's
yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at on it too, John. I mean, see if you can fill it at the position, what it's at now. If you can't, then come back to us.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, that's the same thing we had with like Rachel and everybody else. They couldn't fill their open positions of what we was paying. You know, so, but they had to suffer through a little time frame there before we'd actually addressed it. But I'm kind of on board with looking at it if you can't fill it for
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
I could revisit with.
Yeah, so that's just kind of where I stand on it anyway. I don't, you know.
I'm good with it. Like I said, I think we're, like I said, I think we're nickel and diming our salary study to death.
Oh, I agree 100%. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But if you can't fill it, then I say come back to court.
Pass.
Joe want to do, pass on it,
We'll just
deny
pass
it,
on it.
or just pass it and roll?
I'll just pass on it.
Thanks.
Pass at 18. 19, discuss and take action on E-bond contract and payment in the amount of $450.
All right, the E-bonds, they finally got together with Tyler. It's been over a year. Had several meetings with them. And it took a chance meeting at a conference for them to do. So anyway, they're ready to hook up with Tyler Technology and E-bonds. And that's all we need is the keypad to signature pad and a thumb fingerprint pad.
I'll move to accept and pay $450 for E-bond.
And that's our only cost too.
Yeah.
Second. 2 seconds.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, raise your hand.
Hey, 3 out of 4, not too bad.
Alright, number 20, discuss and take action on approval of
Thank you,
Motorola radios and accessories as approved in fiscal year 2025 budget for the amount of 24,100.
All right.
So at budget time, we were approved, I think, right at 26,000 to replace some of our handheld radios that we have. So I'm just asking if we can go ahead and purchase those right at 24,000, a little bit under budget, but it would be for 3 handheld radios and accessories, chargers that would kind of balance us out since we've opened our phone stations. So help with that, give us some spares and some radios for special events, things like that.
It's good.
Good.
I'll second.
Move and seconded, all in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. 21, receive EMS medical director's report.
Dr. Covart here.
Good morning, sir.
Come on, Doug.
Appreciate being here. I've been in the position for about 2.5 years now, Judge Christian. As a reminder, I am an emergency medicine physician, been practicing here in the area for about 35 years. I've been involved in this for about. As you know, in Texas, EMS is a delegated medical practice, basically meaning it's a direct practice under the physician. Most other states in the union are scope of practice. The state sets the paramedic practice, and physicians are advisors. Texas is a medical practice, and I've embraced that for the past 30 years. Again, I've run ground service, intercity, et cetera, and been here with Walker County for the past 2.5 years. My responsibilities are to train, recruit, review, critique, do quality assessment of all the medics for the county. So we have a pretty robust review of all of the medical care. We have a quality reviewer that goes through charts, and she pulls any issues, concerns we have, either from our own review or from the hospital or for the public. And we go through and we call the medics and we pretty much bring them forward, and we look at what we can do, what we've done well, what we can do better. My role also is a liaison to the community with the medical facilities, with the hospitals, not only here, HMH, but also the hospitals available to us, the specialty trauma centers, the cardiac centers, the stroke centers, and to set the destinations based upon their capabilities, our capabilities, time response, distance, et cetera. We also look at the utilization. We have folks in our community that their understanding or their access to medical care is 911. They don't really know what they need or where it is or how to get it, but they know how to call 911. And that usually makes us the primary contact. So we do go out and we respond to folks' home and we talk to them. Some of them have emergencies, some of them have questions, some of them need a ride. And we try to deal with all of those issues. We have some folks that call us quite a bit for social services. And we have engaged with social service opportunities in the area. We've looked at using nurse hotlines to get them just basic medical information. We have reached out to mental health resources here in the county to try to get those folks what they need. I have met with the hospital leadership here to look at their capabilities, what their potential is, where they want to expand and develop, the medical services within the county to try to make sure that, we bring the most appropriate patients to them and work out any of their needs and try to be attentive to their growth and their development as well. Again, the destination is purely under the purview of the medical director, according to the Texas State Medical Board. So looking at, who needs a trauma center, when they need a trauma center, and what we can do to get those patients stabilized. We are looking with several hospital systems to try to get blood or plasma to this county, because any way you slice it, we've got about 45 minutes to an hour or more sometimes to get people to specialty trauma surgical centers. Even calling Air Medical is going to take about 20 minutes. They have blood, but again, we have to balance that off with the time and the distance, et cetera. We've looked at medications, we've looked at equipment. We're trying to do everything we can to service the folks for county to try to make their emergency medical needs met. So just wanted to take the opportunity. Rachel had mentioned that hadn't been able or been invited to come and give you folks an address. I'd love to talk to you about anything that you need. I give you numbers, information if you ask me what you want. And that's kind of what I'm here for.
Well, we appreciate you coming, and you're welcome to come back anytime.
Spell your name for me for the record, please.
K-O-V as in Victor, A-R. First name J-A-Y.
I think it's really good to be here, like Ronnie, an open invite. You need to let us help you, you help us, if we don't talk, we don't know.
This is a very interesting county.
Sure.
I mean, looking at, you know, the resources we have, interaction with the prison system is unique. I am part of a national group of EMS physicians and state EMS physicians, and nobody has the challenges that we have with the prison system and responding, getting in and out, et cetera. And we have met with them and we have worked with them. We
Built some
have
good relationships with
with Mr. Britt and the rest of that, even their medical people. I know that they have T&D positions coming up now. I've met with several of them. I know that HMH is now contracting physicians through the Memorial Hermann system. Again, talking to the director there about, you know, what's their direction, where they're going, what do they need, how can we service them? We don't have a broad variety of services here. I think we are fortunate enough to have relatively close advanced stroke care, advanced cardiac care, advanced trauma care. And with Texas Children's being in the Woodlands, we've actually got the opportunity for some of the sick kids to get them there without having to call specialty transport, et cetera. I think one of the questions was, I'm also the medical director for PHI for Texas. I have 13 aircraft here. I think Mr. Kirkendall asked about, were we going to start calling the aircraft for everybody? I think our flights are way down. I think we average like 1.5 flights a month. And again, we've trained our folks up to the level that those services have. We've got some really now young, bright paramedics and EMTs. I run the training program at Lone Star, at Montgomery, and Cy-Fair, so we are attracting those new medics up and into the system, and it's great to have them. We are a bit challenged at attracting paramedics to the county. We have a lot of EMTs, and we have initiated a program to train EMTs up in their skills and abilities so we can kind of provide a higher level of care. The state of Texas and medical board allows me to credential folks at their patch or above, meaning if you're a basic EMT and we think that you can give advanced medications, if I can train you and prove I can do it, we can. That's what we're trying to do, to be responsive with the budget and the folks that we get here. So anything you guys want, need to know, I'll happy to come and talk to you or provide you reports, et cetera. Questions right now?
Yeah, has your time, Rachel, with I guess the Ellis is where y'all was having the problem getting out of, right?
Oh, the Estelle.
Estelle,
The Estelle unit, because they're the regional medical facility, so kind of all the prisons in this region, not just in Walker County, but in the region, they'll send their sick patients to the Estelle unit, their regional medical facility, but they're limited on what they can do as well. So a lot of the transfers out that they need, if they can't get an ambulance there for scheduled transfer in a timely manner, depending on patient condition, they'll call us out. They call us for their acute emergencies as well. Sometimes they don't necessarily have a physician on scene. But yeah, a lot of our issues with getting in and out of that unit is their staffing issues as well. So you're kind of waiting on the CO to come with their restraints and make sure they have all the paperwork and make sure they have the right amount of people to go with the patient. Security, you know, sometimes that's 2, 3 more, depending on the level of the offender. So we've worked pretty closely with those wardens, trying to speed that up a bit. They've been pretty responsive, but they do have times when they have staffing issues or they sent out a bunch. They don't have the appropriate number of COs, so it takes a while to get those patients secured so we can get out. But they've been kind enough to give us like their call list, their warden list. So we have an issue, we can pick up the phone and call them. And as soon as we bring it up to the warden's attention, like we're out of there, you know, they make magic happen. So
having the cell phone number of Warden Britt and the rest of the wardens to get our bureau has been very, very helpful.
so y'all got a system that's working pretty decent for us now?
there's always a one-off where it's like, we'll have a critical patient and we're getting hemmed up. But our crews can manage those patients, and on the back end, we're trying to call who we can call to get them out. So that process has gotten better. there's still issues with it. I mean, TDC's big, you know, their big thing is security. Our big thing is medical. So when we bump heads, they don't care about the medical and we don't care about the security, but it's, you know, trying to get everybody to move it a good enough pace to where we both kind of win, but that's usually the biggest problem that we have with the prisons is their security protocols that they have to follow.
Well, they are our residents.
Yeah.
All right, yes, they are.
Patient,
Want to give us a Riverside update while you're here?
Yes, so Riverside, we put them in service Friday. Sent a crew out there. We've had several employees that have volunteered to go out there to get that station up and running. It's fully stocked, all of that, but just to, you know, have people volunteer to go out there and make sure everything's running smoothly. They can make sure everything's going the way it should. Unfortunately, there was some cooling issues at this station on Saturday, so we had to move them back to town because it was too hot. That should hopefully be cleared up today and they'll be back out there. But we're just gonna have to move some people around to get that truck up and running. Might be a little bit short-staffed in town until we can move some of our paramedics up and fill a couple of our open positions, but all of our trucks can get into town really quickly, because they're primarily based here in town aside from down in Waverly. But just trying to get that truck staffed up so we can shore up the, you know, response times and things like that, so.
And we've initiated a squad response to where we have a paramedic independently can go and respond to different calls that can't be reached quickly, you know, by a truck or the folks that call us a lot for low acuity reasons to go and ask them, what do they need today? Do they really need to go to the hospital? Do you really need an ambulance? Do you just need someone to go get your medications, things like that? So we are, again, trying to be inventive and using what we have to do the tasks that we're given. And fortunate to have a great group of folks to do it. I think we show well to the other state organizations, and hopefully that'll help bring in, you know, better folks, et cetera. So.
Good. Have you, Gretchen, have you hired anybody for your assistant director yet?
So we're scheduling interviews for that on the 18th of
Very good.
So just kind of taking our time with it, making sure to fix some of the issues that we had. Get everything level playing field before we bring in a new person to, you know, jump into.
Yeah, you got some
Very good.
applicants already.
Big stack.
Okay.
We're up to like maybe close to 10.
Yeah, there's quite a few people interested.
That's good.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Right folks want to come up here and work and.
Nice.
Well, everybody I've ever talked to that y'all picked up has been happy.
Yeah.
So what you do in the field is working.
Great.
Thank you very much.
That's it.
Appreciate it, Doctor.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, sir.
22, discuss and take action on water well repair for veteran in the amount of $1,850. Here,
Not. And I don't see him online.
so this is some of his Seth Fund money that we gave him to spend for veterans. That's, I
That's your
know,
motion?
I know, yep, that's my motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. 23, discuss and take action to authorize the e-court data PSA and Tyler Tech to be paid from budgeted funds. That'll be my motion too.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. 24, discuss and take action on award and payment of Vermac Mini Matrix Message Board PCMS 548 for Road and Bridge 1 in the amount of $15,275 to be paid from budgeted funds. Good
Good
morning.
morning, Miss Cheryl.
I did the good job for you guys to look at and study over the weekend. Legal traffic signs and safety. For the lowest bid received. For this sign.
Yeah, so basically I've got an old sign board that we bought at an auction and it's more aggravating now than it's worth. So, I'm trading up, I guess, basically.
You moving up?
Yeah, we found this place, they're in Houston down there, so they're pretty close. and, we're very compatible, so. Any questions?
No, it looks good. to
I'll
me.
make a motion, we, set number 24 going to, Eagle Traffic Signs and Safety, not to exceed 15,275.
Second.
Moving second, all in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries.
15,275.
Number 25, discuss and take action on hiring a temporary employee in the purchasing department to be paid from available salaries and operation budget through September 30th, 2025.
I just, everybody looks.
It's you, Miss Cheryl.
Waters to see, part-time, how it would work from now until the end of the year. With budget coming on, and if it's going to, be beneficial, then, I'll go to budget and ask for the part-time to continue. I feel like the 4 hours a day, Monday through Friday, would be a good time spent in supporting the purchasing staff that we have. Doing, of course, is there did I do the job description?
Yes, it's in there.
Perfect. To help with the vehicle registrations, the insurance claims that we have, and fixed assets. And in helping out, that would alleviate some of our time that the purchaser 2, 3, and myself can dedicate to the more complicated requests of the counties.
And you're not asking for no money to do this, basically.
Correct. I have it in my budget. According to Amy, as of the 1st of May, I was needing 9,400, and she said you had plenty, more than enough to cover that. And of course, I haven't filled it yet, and this is the 1st of June, so I'm going to have more than enough to cover that position for part-time.
I'll make a motion to approve, but that, that doesn't mean you'll get it in budget. Sure.
I get it.
Turn it in a budget. Budget's due today. Okay.
I'll give you some.
Moving seconded, all in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. 26, discuss and take action on the award of solicitation C 2360-25-023 type B aggregates.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what I said.
I'll throw that out.
Yeah.
$97 a ton delivered.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I appreciate John Bryan.
Yeah. What else you gonna do?
Yeah. Yep.
And I see y'all notice where pickup is.
Yeah.
Did,
Look at the bottom pickup.
did Jason bring y'all a bag of that rock?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's, like, they're changing from heat, whatever this, to this Helotes stuff or whatever it is. I don't know how you say that.
It's still not great, but it's maybe better than
Better.
what we've been getting.
Yeah, I'm gonna make
Not
that.
consistent.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna make the motion to approve number 26.
I'll give you a second, and thank you, Miss Cheryl. I know you
Yeah.
beat your head against the wall on this.
Yeah,
We have.
Yeah.
I'll approve both Sec A and Sec, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Moving seconded, all in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. 27, discuss and take action on repair to a 2007 Mack truck from Road and Bridge 3 in the amount of $26,376.23.
The engine blowed up
Man,
and we gotta do a new one. So that's my motion to approve number.
is this Mr.
You
Reader's?
don't want out now?
Yeah. Mr. Readers, yeah, this is,
It's time to get out
Time to get out,
sometime.
Bill. You're in too deep, huh?
I'm in too deep. Yeah.
You gotta drive it off.
I think Ronnie will give you a second. since
I'll
he
give you a
helped- he
second.
helped
Bill.
get you
Let me
back.
help you.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries.
Brotherly love up here.
28, discuss and take action on resolution 2025-69 to designate authorized signatures for the Community Development Block Grant Mitigation Program for GLO state contract number 24-065-144-F003 and 24-065-141-E999.
What does all that mean?
That means y'all are gonna let me sign it when we get the money.
When, if.
Jordan is online. Johnny's are you here for some of this, Johnny? But the paperwork has came through. We have meetings set with GLO coming up.
It's been so long since we started this, we just don't
Yeah.
even know where we're at anymore.
Jordan, you have any comments before we make a
That's the
motion
one
to
we
get it?
doing on
My only comment
Roads.
is it's about
Yeah,
darn
I
time, and we're
understand.
excited to get moving. We've got some questions for you at the kickoff meeting this Wednesday. I will be attending that virtually as well. My 2-month-old says I'm not allowed to go to court anymore. But otherwise, things are looking great. We're really excited. Johnny and I have been working on some of the background paperwork. Allie, I'm sure, has been hounding you for signatures on all of those. Things are looking good, and we're excited to get moving.
How much longer we got on this?
What was that?
What is the deadline on this grant?
For the F003 contract, which is the Harmon Creek, Wood Farm, and Riverside, we have 6/20 is the deadline to get our startup documents in. For the other contract, that's the E999, which includes precincts 4, Forgotten Forest, Smith Road, Roberts Road, and the emergency shelter. We have until July 20th. However, we decided to just do them all at once, and we're ready to submit them as soon as y'all approve these here resolutions, and we'll have it done this week, so we won't have to think about it anymore.
Very good.
Good.
My motion is to approve number 28.
Decker.
Oh, you already did? Oh, I'll second you then. Moved and seconded, all in favor, raise your hand. Sorry, I didn't hear that one. 29, discuss and take action on resolution 2025-70 regarding civil rights, which include the following policies. Citizen participation plan and grievance procedures, section 3 policy, excessive force policy, limited English proficiency, standards plan, section 504 policy and grievance procedures, code of conduct policy, and fair housing policy. My motion is to approve number 29. Moved and seconded, all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. Number 30, discuss and take action on grant administration contract 20-065-144-F003. I'll make a motion to approve it unless y'all got some questions.
I'll second your motion, but I would like a copy of this contract.
Okay.
That's the one for my precinct, I guess. Brandon is 999.
Did you not get it?
I don't think so. If I did, I didn't.
I'll hand you the contract right now.
Okay.
We got a motion and a second. All in favor? raise
Well, I
your-
got all this, but I don't know
the details.
project. I have all this.
Okay.
I don't have the project.
All right. All in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. 31, discuss and take action on grant administration contract 24-065-141-E999. Motions to approve. Moving seconded, all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. 32, public hearing concerning plat number 2025-006, replat of lots 34 and 35, block 1 of the Deer Forest subdivision. Time is 9:38. Anyone here to speak upon that? Perfect. Andy, you're it.
On the replat, the plat, existing plat subdivision, line to a single lot.
Gonna be a big lot out there.
Eight o'clock.
I know.
Time is 9:39. Public hearing is closed. Number 33, discuss and take action on plat number 2025-006, replat of lots 34 and 35, block 1, Deer Forest subdivision.
Move to approve.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. 34, public hearing concerning plat number 2024-010, replat of lots 3 and 4, block 1, section 3. Time is 9:39. Anyone here to speak upon that? Andy?
Contract he was asked about Harmon Creek. Can you send the one over for
I'll send it all y'all, both of them.
similar? Lot. Together, private, so we, all yours. Take the two lots, make one little a single track. It's a replat, so it's before Commissioner's Court.
Time is 9:40. Public hearing's over. 35, discuss and take action, plat number 2024-010, replat lots 3 and 4, block 1, section 3 of Wildwood subdivision.
Move to approve.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. 36, discuss and take action on Billy and Peggy Linville request for variance to section 5 of the Walker County subdivision regulations regarding amending plats to be allowed to proceed under section 232.010 of Texas Government Code to convey portions of plotted lot via meets and bounds description for tract 3 of Jerry Rich 3.55 acre subdivision.
Andy, I think the only contingency right is that the spray could be moved to one of the designed, right? Oh, right.
Spray field.
Spray field's gonna be over the line, I assume.
No, it's gonna get moved back to contained within the property.
Yes, it would have to be relocated so that it doesn't violate any of the existing lot lines, but we have one party that won't participate, that owns the other half of the lot in the plat. That's why they're requesting it be approved as a meets and bounds.
Yeah, we normally don't do this, but we got to on this situation because we can't get the other party to cooperate.
Yeah, we've done it a couple of times.
Yeah, we-
Same reason. We did one in precinct 2 a while back.
Yeah, we did the one on John Road. It's not that we don't do them, it's just we normally don't.
Yeah.
So my motion is gonna be to approve this contingent upon moving the spray fields for the sewer system in the correct place.
They're shaking their heads.
Would y'all like to, Peggy, Billy, y'all got anything?
But you done moved to approve it, they don't mess it up.
Did you make a motion?
I did.
Yeah.
I wanted to be quiet.
Yeah, sometimes just be quiet.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. Yes,
You're
sir.
welcome.
37, discuss and take action on New Waverly Development LLC request for contingent approval for development permit on Waverly Place, section 3 for initial section of Roebuck Lane prior to final approval plans.
So, the written request, the developers here as well, I'll let them take over just as an introduction. What they're requesting is go forward, to our office to be allowed to issue a permit, development permit on the existing plan sets, not the plan set that ultimately will be approved for the subdivision. But there's a section of the subdivision they would like to start construction on. So they're requesting that one of the roads be allowed to be started construction, we be allowed to issue a development permit to that particular section. And then we'd be allowed to inspect it as if it were being installed under the plan review for the subdivision. So they can get an early start in construction. They understand that it's at their risk. If for some reason the final plan changes and it's different from what they're building, they'll have to address that issue at that time. But they feel like the risk is worth it to get started on the road section. That's a basic. I'll let them explain it a little more. Stephanie, are you?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
I guess you guys,
Carrie, hold on. Carrie, you got, well, info. Okay. Go ahead. Thanks.
you guys probably have more history with this project than we do.
Don't be an asshole.
You've been waiting on that one, ain't you?
Just go.
I think you guys have probably more pain and suffering in it than we do, but over the course of last year, we've cleaned up a lot of the engineering side. Areas getting every kind of brought back to life. But I think we're right there. There's still some between the plat and the construction plans. There's just some small more language that needs to be cleaned up, but we don't foresee the road changing. In all of the plans over the years, the road's always been in the same spot. I think maybe Stephanie and Andy thought that we'd be close enough to ask if we could
start construction with the hopes that in 2 weeks to maybe the next session or the session after that we have.
So I don't have a problem with what we're trying to do here. We're trying to get a permit issued to build the first road in section 3. Andy obviously said, you know, if y'all change the plans, then that's all on you, or, you know, we can't guarantee that. So I don't really have a problem with that. But while you're here, give us an update on section.
Section 1, with this, it got in, when did we start on that? November, December?
Yeah.
Excavated out the channels that hadn't been touched in 3 to 4 years. Some spots we pulled out 4 to 5 feet and still got them all brought back to intended specs. Revegetated them, repaired certain numerous sections of concrete. Installed the $500,000 to $600,000 of drainage infrastructure that was kind of missed the previous plan.
Or you had to replace some concrete?
Some certain sections of roads had some cracks that were on the punch list that didn't meet standards.
I want you to elaborate a little bit on that, or let Stephanie elaborate on it. I know one of them culverts, one of them spots you done was because of a culvert, right?
I don't know specific which, because
Didn't y'all have to do some work on some drainage through there?
Yeah.
there were,
All right, that you had to work on some of the road part. Yeah.
well, there,
Yeah, and this was prior to y'all getting it right under Mr. Hassel.
we knew that getting it, everybody kind of knew that would be fixed, but all that's, we installed, there were 2 different kind of small creeks or drainage right of ways that came into the northwest corner of the property that were just kind of missed in the design. It would come down the streets and go across people's property, and it was a huge mess. But we installed, it starts at a 36, but majority of it's 48-inch, 16 culvert. It's almost 1,300 feet long. So it was quite the feat, but all that was installed back in
We
December.
did that back, right, like, that's been almost 6 months, so
Yeah,
that was.
that's where we went and
section
looked
one
at
of the
that.
plans that we brought through.
When we went in there.
Not that big creek in the
David, you,
Yeah.
some of the concrete that you read forward, some of that concrete you read forward was just due to
The culvert,
street crossings with the drainage.
well, there were 2 street crossings, and then we replaced 2 other sections of
Sections,
the
yeah.
street. In
Just
addition to
saying,
that.
some of it was related to the drainage, some of the.
Commissioner, since we met in the office, we were looking at the section 3 plans and the drainage study. So we've gone back and our hydrologist engineer has revised the drainage study. So we've made several changes on that. We've given up 1 lot in section 3 to widen that channel. And then we have the section 1 amending plat that may come to the next section, and that will show where it's been widened as well. To deal with
That's that part on that creek,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yeah, yeah. So, so since we've met, we've gone back twice, I think, to the hydrology engineer and our engineer to make those changes. And I think when we met about 2 or 3 weeks ago, we were very, very close to all the changes on the engineer plans and in the plat, and just a handful of changes. And this was just giving our team another week or so to finish those, so we can start with the construction. We've had a builder waiting on lots for several months now, and the sooner we can get started on that street at our own risk and subject to inspection procedures, is what our request is.
For the sake of clarity, what we're looking for is the court to allow us to issue a permit as if it's being built. Obviously, the plat will not be filed. We're not planning on selling any lots. They just want to get started with construction on the property under the current plan set. Their belief is that this section, the construction they want to do will not change between now and the final plan set. So they're willing to put themselves at risk to start now. And we would issue the permit. The big ask of court, because we could issue that permit, the big ask of court would be, they also obviously would like us to use, to do a pre-con meeting and then start up and, engineering inspection in relation to the subdivision regulations. Because he's going to start building, we're going to obviously need to do some inspection so that when he does get the final plan set, we're able to then provide feedback to.
It's just a small section, about 1,500 feet by road.
Yeah.
width.
That big pond back there in the back, how's your progress on it?
I guess they're on the drainage channels.
They kind of, section 1 and section 3 both share that.
Share that. We completed it, back in November to plans that we had at that time. As we were kind of digging through the last couple of months, the hydrology study something wasn't matching in there, so we had to do a new hydrology study. We worked their calculations.
Yeah.
Now I need to take another 5,000 yards out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all hadn't filled any detention ponds in anywhere, have you?
And we still,
I just had to know because somebody previous did
oh,
after inspection.
I know what you're talking about. No, this is new and we had to.
Okay, so y'all doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yes.
Trees.
Had to ask.
Section 3, we have to modify the specs of that drainage.
That's why you had more detention.
So my question was, when are you gonna finish that move the rest of it?
I mean,
Working on it.
get back on.
I'm not holding you down and I'm not asking you, I'm just,
No, when we get back over there building the roads, we build the roads, start doing more lot grading, we can take the dirt that will accommodate section in section.
Okay. First make approve number 37, any contingencies, Andy?
What was at the risk.
Yes. Move to approve 37 as presented.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, raise your hand. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Don't feel no detention in there.
38, discuss and take action on acceptance of 10% subdivision maintenance bond for Homestead Hill subdivision. Application 2022-035, bond number 101498510.
It's all you, big boy.
So this is the bond that was submitted, requirements 10% of the original construction. Stephanie's online if you guys have any questions about these items as far as the engineering side goes. This is required to be submitted prior to release of the original bond and substantial completion being issued. So that's why they're in this order.
Are you good with the language?
And I've already looked at it.
Move to approve 38.
Second. Moved, seconded, all in favor, raise your hand. Motion carried. 39, discuss and take action on approval of substantial completion for regulated improvements for Homestead Hills subdivision.
You have this and you also have a lot of. There's a few items out there. Let's definitely talk to that. There's a few items out there that sort of on the punch list, but they're really in the scheme of things, minor items. And so our recommendation is to look at those and watch those during the 10% period. This other bond stays in place. Make sure that I think that the developers happy to do that. Make sure.
I think we talked about setting a meeting up in 6 months so that if there is something, you have
Last minute surprises.
no last minute. Let's do it on a 12-month deal.
Right.
Y'all good with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stephanie, do you have anything to add to that?
No, sir. I think 6 months would be a good time to follow up on some of the items listed in the letter.
So no objection to the substantial completion, just with the note of that letter that there are some things that need to be cleaned up.
I don't have the letter, Andy.
One for Stephanie. It's in back roads.
Yeah. Yes, that's it. Okay, so move to items being addressed in the letter from Lyle Engineering dated May 28, 25.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. 40, discuss and take action on release of subdivision bond number 101498510. 253-538 for Homestead Hill subdivision.
This is a release of the original bond. Was put down for the construction. And for approval.
Second, 2 seconds.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. 41. Discuss and take action on certification of completion for replat of lots 15D and 15E of the Foxwood Addition, Section 2E, Borset League A33.
Stephanie, you want to speak to this item? You guys have it's kind of a late breaker, but you guys should have.
Yeah, I get one.
Related to this.
I'll take that.
Well,
Meeting.
wow. Looks like this.
There you go. Look at it.
What's that?
You need to
Oh,
copy.
I got it. My little thing flipping on me. I looked at it this morning. Yeah. I'm a little. Okay.
So just to summarize, we received updated plans. I think on May 21st is when we received those updated plans. And also certifications from the engineer. The engineer certified, the engineer had an RPLS go out to the field, survey the detention basin, and then the plans appear to be prepared based on that survey that was in the field, and they analyzed the pond based on what was actually built. And they show that both ponds have adequate capacity for that, the proposed development. And so the engineer for the developer certified the completion based on those as-built surveys that were provided. We made a field visit last week, and I have a couple photos attached, more than a couple, attached to or included in the letter. You know, primary concern would be just that vegetation's not established across the entire detention basin. There's some areas where you can see that it's a little bit sparse, but other than that, no significant concerns of what's constructed.
For one of the conditions that was that original plat was that get a letter from the engineer certifying it was constructed for the plans. Or we could issue development permits on the lot. So the plats filed, the plans were approved. Now they submitted replacement plans. Certification has been received. The items Stephanie noted in that letter are what's remaining. So the court rather not to approve it so that we can start issuing permits.
Yeah, and I've been by it. It's the structures that are out there, they're handling the water. They're doing fine out yonder. And I see Brad's back there in the back and he lives right around the corner from it. So if they have issues or I have issues, he's a phone call away. I'll make the motion to approve agenda item 41.
Second.
Moving second, all in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. No executive session, public comments. Questions from media. Commissioners Court.
Where are we meeting tomorrow for the road trip?
We're gonna meet at the courthouse and then we'll exit out this door at 8:30, get in the van and we posted a quorum. The van's leaving at 8:30. The only time you're late, you follow behind. Motion